Hello, hi, greetings. I'm Ken O'Connor, aka King01, and it is time to go through another chapter of One Piece. I had so much fun doing it in the last video 2 weeks ago that I decided to do it again. So let's see how this goes, alright? The chapter came out today at 10 a.m. My time, so of course I'm right on time. As usual, I am reading the chapter on the Shonen Jump app. And yeah, if you want to follow along, please do. If not, just enjoy the show. And without further ado, One Piece Manga Chapter 1038, Kid in Law vs. Big Mom, by Ichiro Oda, translation by Stephen Paul, aka Translatosaurus on Twitter, lettering by Vanessa Satone, by Ichiro Oda. And on the front page here, we have the continuation of the cover page story, German 66's an Emotionless Excursion, Volume 3. Niji and Yonji are held captive in Chocolate Town on Cacao Island. Now, I like this. The last time we read a chapter, I couldn't tell which of the brothers was on the ship with Reiju and Judge, but now I clearly have both the brothers labeled. Niji and Yonji are both pinned to the book by Mont Door's power, and Oven's keeping guard in Chocolate Town on Cacao Island. Oh, and you have Pudding over there on the right-hand side, and she's like looking all like all pensive and whatnot. And let me zoom in there. Yeah, Yonji and Niji have no reaction on their face. They look kind of emotionless, just pinned to the book by those giant. They look like nails, but they're giant pins. That's how Big Mom kept all her different creatures and whatnot too, with Montour's power. All right, without further ado, let's get into this chapter. It's called Kid in Law vs. Big Mom, so I'm assuming this is the end of the Big Mom fight. We are about to find out. Third floor. Oh god, we have Fukurokuju and Raizo completely engulfed by flames now. And it says, the flames. Undo the jutsu, Raizo, or we will both die. That's Fukurokuju yelling at Raizo. Raizo is, Fukurokuju is on fire, but Raizo completely in flames. He's going, huff, huff. And that cuts down. It's a big zoom on his giant face already. Huff, huff. He's just concentrating on keeping it together. I like that too because Odin went through boiling oil for an hour. Rise was like, I can deal with flames for a few minutes probably. We cut to the second floor. Get out of the castle! It's a dead end! We can't escape! And then you see the ceiling is caving in. All the samurai are freaking out, trying to run away from the fire. It looks like it's the samurai and also the beast pirates, everyone. The ceiling's going to give way! Ah! So the ceiling is cracking and crumbling, and then it's about to fall, but then someone goes, huh? We have Jinbei holding up the entire ceiling. And then one of the samurai, you're from the Straw Hat crew! Then Jinbei's like, you're all still here? Wait, is that Jinbei? That's Jinbei. You're all still in here? Get out while you can! How are the flames spread so far? So, Jimmy doesn't understand how the fire is spreading. It's probably from that fire monster that Kanjuro drew. I keep forgetting the name of that thing, but showing just tons of people on the ground being engulfed by the flames. It's one thing to die in battle, but these flames are going to kill scores of men all on their own. So it looks like we've kind of been downplaying the fire because you have all these big fights happening, but the fire is becoming a real issue. And, they're up in the air. They can't just, jump into the ocean or anything. So, that's becoming an issue. Alright, we cut to the performance floor. Stay away from Big Mom! Don't get anywhere near that fight! Ah! What is it, Dr. Chopper? So, samurai are being... It's just... This entire chapter is mass chaos. Last chapter, we had the nice choreography between Kaido and Luffy most of the time. This is just explosions and fire the entire chapter so far. But, so the samurai are getting blasted away, but that last little thing, Tristan is holding Baby Geezer Chopper, asking what's wrong. And then we cut to a close-up of Chopper. He's like, oh, what's this? What the... And he's shaking. His little, samurai helmet's still bigger than his entire body. And then, poof! He's back to full size with a little, And Tristan goes, eek! One of the mink doctors is next to Chopper now. Oh, good. Your monster risk have passed. And Chopper's going, huff, huff, I'm back. I guess turning teeny and weak is the side effect then. But enough about me. Miyagi, that's it, is Miyagi. Miyagi, I'm worried about Zoro. In exchange for a temporary burst of extreme healing, he'll have to suffer twice the damage later, right? I hope he was able to win his fight. I mean, he was so injured he couldn't move, and now it's doubled? So, Chopper's freaking out. He knows that Zoro is probably on death's door at this point. Alright, next page. He's not gonna die, is he? So we've cut away from Chopper, but his scream carries throughout the island. We are outside of Onigashima, outside the Skull Dome right now. And we hear huff, huff. Then a close-up of Zoro. What the fuck? Who the hell are you? Zoro is looking up, and right now there is a full-on Grim Reaper above Zoro with the scythe and the cape and the... I just finished playing some Castlevania a couple nights ago, so this is a little too familiar. But Zoro, he's saying, What's going on? My body won't move. No, stop! Don't do it! Okay. It's definitely a Grim Reaper. It has a big fucking scythe. It zooms in on the skull face, too, under the hood. I don't think Oda would bring a literal Grim Reaper into One Piece to symbolize death at this point. I'm assuming it's Brook saving... no. I'm assuming it's a gag and it's going to end up being Brook in some way or form. Because skull joke and whatnot. I can't imagine. Unless part of the side effects of the medicine is Zoro's hallucinating this. But I can't imagine an actual Grim Reaper. I'm sure that the scythe is just, I don't know. But Brook was with Robin running away from CP0. So, when they were going, I think, down, not up. I guess there's a Grim Reaper in One Piece now. R.I.P. Ace. Alright, we cut away now to the right brain tower under the dome. And there's a little map here. It shows Frankie is on his way to, it looks like, to where Zoro is. And Frankie shouting, "Move it! Stupid Zoro, how far did he go?" And that's literally all we see. Because Frankie did catch Zoro during the King fight. So I guess he has the general idea of where Zoro is. But that's literally the only panel we get of Frankie running down the hallway, and that's it. We cut away now to the crawl space on the first floor. All the beast pirates that were here before, all on the ground. Again, the theme of this chapter, everything is completely engulfed in fire. And one of the downed beast pirates is saying, "Damn it, that was Whitebeard's division leader. Why is he helping out these young guns?" Then we cut to the first basement floor. God, we are jumping all over the place this chapter. It's kind of ridiculous. Someone is jumping down. Oh, it's Iza. Okay, Iza was jumping down from the first floor down to the first basement floor. And Izo hits with a thud. Oh, shit. I guess he got injured because there's blood and like blep, 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 dripping from him. I was too sloppy against a large group. Remember, Izo, these are still the Animal Kingdom pirates. Kiku, Kinemon, I hope you've managed to escape. So Izo has a big gash in his side, and he's holding it. And then he hears something and turns around quickly. Gun ablaze, not ablaze, pointing, you know what I mean. Alright, next page, we see CP0 walking up. It's the guy we've seen the entire time with the mask, and the guy holding a mask under his face. And Izo addresses them, Cypherpole. That's right, we're Aegis Zero. I knew you were here, but we never saw each other today, Izo. Given my job, I shouldn't be allowing the remnants of the Whitebeard crew to run free after their historic crimes. But we're only here to deal with the Straw Hat Pirates. Until we meet again another day. So the dude with the mask is just like, hey, I see you. I should be dealing with you, but no, not today. And so they're just walking away from Izo, like, okay, we see you. We're choosing to ignore this. They're walking away. Then Izo goes, no, CP0, don't go yet. And Izo cocks the gun or clicks it into place. I wonder what that could be about. Either Izo's going to fight them, or has something to ask them or tell them, or... That's very interesting. Can I say, we've gone, what, 8 pages into this chapter so far. Still no fight with Big Mom yet. That worries me for a chapter named Big Mom vs. Lawn Kid or whatever it was. Oh, we are now in the Armory Castle basement. And it has a little map here. Oh, the little map shows Yamato. They're like, Yamato's 2 floors up from the bottom of the basement. On the same exact level as Yamato is the big fire ghost, and it's slowly sinking down to the basement. And Yamato is running at full speed and says, "Please be in time, please be in time, please be in time." And it shows Yamato running down the like multiple staircases, huffing and puffing. And just as Yamato reaches the last floor of the basement, the giant fire ghost is coming down as well. Yamato shouts, "There it is!" Oh shit, I gotta turn my phone for this one. As Yamato reaches the bottom of the stairs, turns into their hybrid form, and Yamato says, "Ah, no, don't!" The giant fire ghost is now in the same floor as Yamato, about to touch the bombs. Yamato screams, "Please stop!" Namuji Glacier Fang. And just a full-on tornado of ice breath shoots out of Yamato's mouth with a big boom. And, oh, awesome. So Yamato has frozen all the bombs and gunpowder in the basement. And the fire ghost is like just hovering above the frozen bombs now. And Yamato's huffing and puffing. If this much gunpowder explodes at once, we're all done for. What? Oh, so the fire ghost, I feel so bad, I can't remember the name right now. The fire ghost is touching the gunpowder bombs, but like, they're not exploding, they're just like, it's like melting the ice, is trying to reach the bombs. Yamato is rushing towards this fire ghost now. "Don't touch those explosives!" And Yamato, back in normal form, out of hybrid form, how do I pronounce this? Mahoroba? I'm gonna say Mahoroba. It's probably wrong. Mahoroba! And like, it looks like, I can't tell if Yamato hit the ghost with their club, or there's like an icy, like, I don't know. It's leaving a trail as Yamato whips their club, so it looks like it's like an icy slash. And the ghost goes, "Arr, Lord Orochi." And it seems to be growing like, it's basically, like if this was the creature and it had no arm, all of a sudden it's like, it's growing an arm. And Yamato goes, "Hands?" And it launches a giant fire, like, wave at Yamato. And they're blocking it, but it's like, ah! Performance 4. "Stop it, Big Mom! Our captains can't move anymore! If you keep going, they're gonna die! Please, cut them a break!" And at the top we see Big Mom just surrounded by fire. Her hair is on fire. Just, there's shockwaves and lightning and clouds, and just, it looks like absolute hell, honestly. And we see Law and Kid both just completely on the ground, knocked out, and their crews are begging Big Mom to stop. That's why all the screaming is for Big Mom to please stop it. And then Big Mom is there, huffing and puffing. "Ha! Ha! Listen to your men pitying you. Must make you feel pretty pathetic, boys. Ma. And off to the side we hear, "Captain! Boss!" And Law and Kid are just completely laid out on the ground. Big Mom, hair on fire, Napoleon, full extended form, black blade. Big Mom looks like the most powerful she's ever looked right now. And the next page, again, just Law's on the ground, Kid's on the ground, eyes rolled in the back of his head. Big Mom is just looking over them. And then it looks like this is Kid's crew. Kid's crew screaming, "Boss! Hang in there, boss! Are you still breathing?" And then we cut to Law's crew. "Medical team! Save the captain!" And they're all trying to save their captains. And then Big Mom erupts and says, "Silence, you runts! This is a battlefield! God of Lightning, Tenjin!" And Big Mom is now on top of Hera. Hera has grown, and she's just shooting out a lightning X across the entire field. hitting both Kid's crew and Law's crew, completely just taking them down. It's not like in Whole Cake where she was like skinny and threatening. She looks like she's in full power now and threatening. I don't think we saw her when she was like full power, like full Big Mom. And again, she made herself bigger with her own soul, so she's just... we're just seeing that the lightning completely wiped out both Law and Kid's crew. They're completely down for the count. And Big Mom... I've yet to hear a roar of victory up from Kaido. Wheeze. You'd better not still be up there playing patty cake with that straw hat boy, Kaido. She's wheezing and huffing and coughing. Hera, take me up to the roof. Yes, Mama. And Big Mom is riding Hera up to the top. And then Big Mom says, even I'm getting old now. It's time to put an end to this. Oh. So as Big Mom is starting to forget what's going on and starts going up towards the top of the Skull Dome, we see another panel of Law's hand, and he goes, Kroom. And then we see a quick little panel of Law huffing and puffing. Law puts the Kroom on his sword and says, anesthesia. And then, we're done here. And it's a close-up of Big Mom's eyes. I guess she's completely just not paying attention to what's going on. And on the next page, with a zonk, Law, still on the ground, has extended his sword all the way up into Big Mom, using the Kroom power with his Awakening Devil power. The sword goes through Big Mom's elbow, out the other side of her arm, up through her face, into her chin, and then out of her cheek. It's gone completely through her. And she's like, ah! Like she's like not reacting, just making a face. And then all of the Beast Pirates and the homies are screaming, oh, Mama! Big Mom's dead! Chopper's there. Traffy, what's with that huge sword? And Law goes, I know the last one had an effect. The penetration doesn't hurt. Giggity. The real pain is from... And then Big Mom shrieks, no, not that! The sword is still through her entire face while she's talking. Okay, next page, it shows Big Mom's entire body vibrating, being ripped apart from the inside as Law shouts out, Shock Willie! I'm assuming that's Willie. It's Wille. So is it Shock Weil? I think it's Shock Willie. Shock Willie sounds hilarious. Shock Will or Weil? I have no idea. But it's the shockwave. He's releasing shockwaves all throughout Big Mom's body through the sword that he impaled in her body. And she is coughing up blood and she is screaming with a whack. Immediately, she falls off Hera and she just falls to the ground and collapses. And now, all the steel beams that she brought to life, the homie steel beams, are all surrounding Law. And they're like, vengeance for Mama! But then all of a sudden, the beams are shaking, and they're like, huh? What's this? I'm being pulled? Alright, next page. I gotta turn my phone in for this one. Kid is attracting every single beam nearby, every piece of metal, including the metal homies. Beams are like, we're being pulled backwards! And Kid's like, would you I-beam stop yapping and obey my magnetism? Ah! And Mama is like, Kid? You are still standing? And she's wheezing, and she's like, I guess you brats really want to take my head, don't you? And then Kid's like, for some reason, I feel I'm driven by a different goal now. We cut to Kid. I'm guessing Kaido's nearly done up there, too. Even water droplets can carve stone, give it enough time. There ain't a single thing in this world that's totally impervious to damage. And then, oh my god, Kid has, what is that? Kid has taken all the metal nearby and made a new giant metal robot. But this looks like the front of it looks like it has a cow skull for a head, or like a bull skull. And his attack is Punk Corna Dio. And it looks, maybe it's a bull? Maybe it's a giant metal... I think he's made a giant metal bull, and he's ramming it full force into Big Mom, and she's screaming. Oh, it is a bull. Literally the next panel. What a huge bull! It's even bigger than Big Mom's giant form! Listen to me, you old hag. It's a kid talking. I'd rather die than let you go to the roof. And Law joins in for that next bit. And it says, to be continued. Okay. Decent chapter. Definitely not as exciting or action-packed in my mind compared to last chapter. I thought last chapter was perfect, and I was really excited that was the first chapter I decided to live react to for recording purposes. It was spectacular. This one I feel was a little bit all over the place. I'm just going to flip through this really quickly and just give a quick reaction or thought based on what we saw here, because I feel like this was quantity over quality for the most part. Nothing that's not wrong with that, but last chapter was so full of just good action and so much good stuff. I feel like we didn't resolve a lot. I feel like this it moved things along a little bit, because we have Fukurokuju and Raizo. They're still holding each other in place. That I think it's just funny at this point how long this fight of all fights is going for. This is gonna be the final fight. Kaido and Luffy are gonna be done, and Raizo and Fukurokuju are still gonna be at it. I hope Raizo's not sacrificing himself. I don't think he is. I think it's just if Odin can withstand the heat, I can withstand the heat thing. I think Fukurokuju is gonna be the first to fail. Nothing too crazy there. The fire, I feel like Oda's putting a huge emphasis on how much this fire is spreading and destroying the building inside. If they all leave Onigashima, they can stand outside the Skull Dome and be perfectly fine, but so many are trapped in the actual mansion inside the Skull Dome and the towers. There's just a lot of emphasis on the fire spreading, everyone's burning up inside, the fire spreading. So I don't know where Oda's going with that, but there's a lot of emphasis on the fire is spreading. Jinbei's trying to save people. Frankie's trying to find Zoro. Chopper is back to full size. He's not Baby Geezer Chopper anymore. Cool, fine, all stuff. Zoro. The Grim Reaper thing, I think, is the most interesting thing in this entire chapter to me, because I don't know where that's possibly going. I'm looking at it, and the way the shadow and the coloring is done on the Grim Reaper, when we zoom in on his face and you see the skull face and whatnot, to me, the black that's surrounding his face, that's Brooks' afro. He has the hood on over. That's the black of the afro. He's going to pull it off. Yo-ho-ho, skull joke. The scythe is I found a weapon to defend Robin. Or I don't know. That's a stretch. I don't think there's a Grim Reaper. I don't think there is a physical Grim Reaper there. Could Zoro be hallucinating from fever from the medicine or whatnot? Absolutely. I don't think there's an actual Grim Reaper. Zoro's not going to die. His soul's not going to be claimed. There's not going to be One Piece does Dead Man's Chest. They're not going down to Davy Jones' locker to save Zoro's immortal soul or whatever. No. So I don't know where that's going. It seems to me just a little either it's going to be played for a laugh, or it's just going to be hey, we need to get Zoro to safety as quick as we can. I don't know. It's Oda saying, tell me your character's about to die without telling me your character's about to die. The stuff with Izo and CP0, though, really interesting. The fact that CP0 is after the Whitebeard pirate, whatever the remains of the Whitebeard pirates, that's cool, but okay, we have bigger fish to fry, so we're just going to forget we saw you. But then Izo says, no, CP0, don't go yet. So I can't tell if it's hey, I'm going to fight you because I'm protecting the Straw Hats, or I have information that you need to know. Whether it's about the Whitebeard pirates or the Blackbeard pirates, or can't even imagine what Izo has to discuss with CP0. I really hope we get to see that conversation though. Yamato fighting the Fire Ghost. If you didn't already know, giant Yamato fan. I love everything Yamato gets to do. He's absolutely phenomenal. But we're in the basement now. This is the entire thing. Yamato came down here to destroy all the bombs, all the ammo, all the ammunition, and Yamato is down here. fighting the Fire Ghost now. This is like, I think, the last like stand for Yamato. The fact that the Fire Ghost can talk and is saying Lord Orochi and it's growing limbs now and whatnot to fight. I wonder how much of this is actually Kondro. Like, is this Kondro's entire spirit and being put into this Fire Ghost? Because if the Fire Ghost is here, that means Kondro is still alive. The Devil Fruit power is still active. So Kondro is still alive and still controlling this thing, no matter how close to death he may be. I mean, it's fire versus ice. It's a fire monster versus Yamato's ice powers. I can't imagine Onigashima exploding. I'm surprised Law was able to use his awakened power twice in one short period of time. How he used his power twice in a short period of time. I thought he had like recharged, but we don't know how long they've been fighting for technically. But it worked this time. And I think it goes to show Big Mom is not invincible. We had all that talk on Whole Cake Island, like, oh, she's a lead balloon. She can only be hurt when her guard is down. She scraped her knee one time. Like, I just think this goes to show she's very, 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 very powerful, but she's not invincible. And they wore her. She's been worn down from the initial fight with the Straw Hats to fighting Luffy and them on top of the dome to fighting, like, Big Mom has constantly been fighting for like the last year and a half now. There's a great line. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, kid's line here. Even water droplets can carve stone given enough time. And that's exactly what's happening. Big Mom has been chipped down and whittled little by little by little from the beginning, with Robin rolling her out, getting the motorcycle in the face by Frankie. Big Mom has taken so much damage this entire time. And between the final shockwaves through her body, which destroying her from the inside out seems to be key. If her skin and her body really is like a lead balloon and you can't pierce the outside, then destroying her from the inside is genius. And then one final knockout punch with a metal bull that's bigger than Big Mom herself in her giant, bigger form. I don't know where Kid got the cow skull for the giant metal bull. Maybe that's made of metal. I have no idea. I don't know where he got the robot face either, back when they were fighting Kaido, but I just really hope that this is the end of the Big Mom fight now. We got that like little tease where Big Mom got knocked off the Skull Dome, and we thought, oh, she's gonna fall in the ocean, and that's gonna be it. And like, no, that wasn't a thing. For a chapter named Kid-in-Law vs. Big Mom, this feels like the final punch on Big Mom. If it is, I'm satisfied. I just don't know where you go with Big Mom from here. Because like, if she's knocked out, if she is actually knocked out, KO'd, fainted, whatever you want to call it, where does she go from here? Is she asleep the rest of the arc? Does she fall off the island and then her family catches her and like, okay, let's regroup back in Whole Cake? But I don't know where you go with Big Mom from here. Does she follow them to Elbaf? Does she get captured by the world government? Like, I don't know where you go with Big Mom from here. And she's awesome. Big Mom is probably one of my favorite villains in the entire franchise. The fact that she was in Wano to begin with blew my mind at the time. But I'm not saying that she overstayed her welcome. I just think that her time is done. We need to focus on the Kaido and Luffy fight. She can't interfere. She looks like she's done and out for the count. She was huffing and puffing and wheezing the entire time. I think that she is done. Again, good chapter. Just a lot of moving things along. I want to get to we're getting close to the end here. I just want things to start resolving. I feel like if this is the end of the Big Mom fight, then that's a pretty good resolution for the fight. Seeing both Kid and Law take her down is great. The Fukurokuju Rise of fight will never end. It'll never end. Alright guys, that was One Piece chapter 1038. A bit all over the place compared to the last one. I feel like the last one had a very succinct story from start to finish. But this one was good. It was a transitional chapter. We might have resolved one of the big fights. I'm trying to think which fights. There's not many fights left. We gotta get the focus back on Kaido and Luffy for the final fight. But yeah, it's gonna be great. Let me know what you thought of this video. If you want me to keep doing these, please let me know. If no one likes them, then Oh well, I tried. They're fun for me to do, so I might just do them for myself, but if you guys like them, if you want to see more, please, any feedback you can give me, I very much appreciate it. If you want to keep up to date with me, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, the usual places. All the links are down below too. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Ken O'Connor, aka Con King 01, and until the next chapter, guys, see ya.